Hey, Dorothy, if I'm going to try to get some overtime. Oh, this traffic jam. Oh, I hate my life. I hate my job. I got bills to pay.
I will not have you attacking this fine country of mine as we try to spread democracy around the world.
Yeah, well, the reason we want to give the world democracy is so that we can get back their oil in return.
The obvious solution to war is to have the West having the strongest, most precise, deadly weapons possible so that we can minimize unnecessary, innocent deaths. And by the way, the primary way you minimize these deaths is you're so strong no one attacks you.
Because our primary mission is, in fact, to set a global standard for the world for behavior. Look, when we built PG, which single-handedly stopped the rise of the far right in Europe. We built Foundry, which was used to distribute the COVID vaccine and saved millions of lives globally. And safe means that the other person is scared. That's how you make someone safe.
Originally, your clients were the U.S. government and the CIA.
Yeah, the In-Q-Tel gave us 3 pilots, one with the FBI, one with the agency, and one with a more classified part of the DoD.
Where did the name Palantir come from?
In the Lord of the Rings, there's a globe which allows the forces of good to see what's going on and organize, and that's a Palantir. One of the most... How dare you! Okay. How dare you! Your AI and your technology from Palantir kills Palestinians! Mostly terrorists, that's true. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them.
Have you heard any signals or seen any messages from intermediaries that Iran wishes to de-escalate the conflict?
Yeah.
What have you heard? What have you heard from the Iranians?
They'd like to talk, but they should have done that before. I had 60 days, and they had 60 days, and on the 61st day, I said, we don't have a deal. They have to make a deal, and it's painful for both parties, but I'd say Iran is not winning this war, and they should talk, and they should talk immediately before it's too late.
What are you talking about?
People talking about your...
Oh, well, you know what? When people talk about my you just have to, accept that. That's what happens. But, if they ask about it in interviews and stuff, I just say it's none of your business.
Not trying to scare you.
The next major event to happen on the earth is something known as the rapture.
There are being reports of some kind of fiery balls falling from the sky from Tennessee all the way down to Georgia.
Mystery across metro Atlanta. A fireball seen streaking across the skies this afternoon. We've heard from a number of you who saw it just before 12:30 this afternoon. Many sent us pictures and videos.
I saw it and heard it too. A couple of loud booms in the sky. Fox 5 Eric's Perry is in studio now with the very latest. Eric, the question remains, what was it?
Yeah, I think we're still trying to figure out exactly what that is. We heard from so many of you at home sending us pictures. You sent us videos of that bright fireball.
Oh, what was that?
And while you're jumping from one foot to the next, what is he doing? He's laughing his sick fucking ass off.
It's a very weird thing
the obsession with Israel, when we're talking about foreign countries,
it's hardly an obsession.
You're not talking about Chinese, you're not talking about Japanese, you're not talking about the Brits, you're not talking about the French. The question, what about the Jews? What about the Jews?
Oh, I'm an anti-Semite now.
Senator, you're asking the questions, Tucker. You're asking, why are the Jews controlling our foreign policy?
Senator,
that's what you just asked.
Hardly saying that, and I have
That is exactly what you just said.
Well, actually, I can speak for myself and tell you what I am saying.
Good.
On behalf not simply of myself, but on my many Jewish friends who would have the same questions, which is to what extent, and it's interesting you're trying to derail my questions by calling me an anti-Semite, which you are.
I did not.
Of course you are. And rather than be honorable enough to say it right to my face, you are in a sleazy feline way implying it, or just asking questions about the Jews. I'm not asking questions about the Jews. There's nothing to do with Jews or Judaism. It has to do with the foreign government.
Isn't Israel controlling our foreign policy? That's not about the Jews?
You said, I'm asking you...
And by the way, you're the one that just called me, I think, a sleazy feline. So let's be clear.
It's sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite, which you just did.
No, I just said, why is that the only question you're asking? You answer it. Give me another reason. If you're not an anti-Semite, give me another reason why the obsession is Israel.
I am in no sense obsessed with Israel. We are on the brink of war with Iran. And so these are valid questions.
But you're not asking about Iran or the
If I can finish, you asked me why I'm obsessed with Israel.
Yep.
3 minutes after telling me that when you first ran for Congress, you elucidated one of your main goals, which is to defend Israel.
Yes.
And I'm the one who's obsessed with Israel. I don't see a lawmaker's job as defending the interests of a foreign government, period. Okay. Any government, including the ones that my ancestors come from. So that's my position. That does not make me an anti-Semite. And shame on you for suggesting otherwise. And I mean that. And that's low, and you know it's low.
He's a tight ass! He's a sadist!
So why don't you just answer my questions in a straightforward, rational way? You certainly have the IQ to do it.
So shame on you is cute, by the way, Tucker.
It is. It's not cute. I'm offended.
But yeah, once you put the phone down and you start doing things, you'll realize, wait.
I'm obsessed with the Jews. You just told me
you just called me a sleazy feline.
It is sleazy to imply that I'm an anti-Semite for asking questions about how my government is run.
You want to count how many questions you asked about? What about the Jews? What about Israel? What about AIPAC?
I never asked about the Jews. This has nothing to do with the Jews, whatever that means. This has to do with a foreign government. And once again, shame on you for conflating the two.
I got bills to pay. I got taxes to pay.
Israel starts taking out Iran and actually pushes for regime change, which they're doing, which I predict on the current trajectory, the mullahs will fall in the next 3 months. That's not a prediction. It will absolutely happen. That's not a prediction. It will absolutely happen.
How the fuck you know this? How? Hold on, bro. Is you the FBI?
If Israel continues on with its spies, with its operatives, the mullahs are very unpopular. Netanyahu's saying they want regime change. What are Iran's neighbors going to do? They're going to say, we're next, and they're going to come in to support Iran right about now.
You realize we're going to bomb Iran?
You don't know that.
You watch.
How? Hold on, bro. Is you the FBI? CIA? What's you?